Hey, we got a very exciting news, and boy, I've been waiting for Mornye's release kit, and we just got it. And look, we're gonna go into this together. Believe it or not, I haven't checked it myself. Usually, I would check, I would scroll around, see how it goes, skim through it. But you know what? This is gonna be a good video where I just almost react to everything, and just see how her kit is with you guys. So let's get through it. And first off, if you haven't farmed it already, you can see that it's already farmable actually. In the first 3.0 patch, the moment it released, you can already farm it. Kuro Games themselves actually already released what Mornye's materials are in the first day. Now let's get to the normal attack. Normal attack, not much to say about this. Her attack looks cool. She used some beams, something like that, like some lasers here and there. It looks nice. And she got really tired. I mean, the character herself, she's always boom, falls off like that. Okay, she's tired. She's not really all that strong, it seems. And resonance skill, she's using a more laser beam. This time around, she's like floating in the air. It's cool. Yeah, this is where it gets pretty interesting. And that is her healing mechanics. And she is based off defense. Now, if you don't already know, the character, if you want to build her unit, you need to build by like cost 1, defense, and the cost 3, defense or energy regen. Like you actually need a lot of energy regen. Mornye's excessive energy regen increase the skills, crit rate, and crit damage. So you need a lot of energy regen to actually get a good amount of crit rate. And I believe you need to be exact 260% energy regen to get 100% crit rate. Yep, you heard it. You get crit rate by 80%. This is something I've read in the past already. I'm sorry about that, but I've seen through it. And you need to get about 260% energy regen, and that you can get 80% crit rate because the other 20% you get from the echoes. So you just gotta get like at least 2 echoes or 3 echoes to like 7.5 crit rate, and then you're good to go. Now for the healing mechanics, this is how it goes, right? Her healing works kind of differently, I suppose. You use the Presence Liberation, and then you just get the healing. And every time you change character, around that 25 seconds, you change character, that resonator that is active on the field, you just continuously restore HP. They just get the HP if they're on field within the 25 seconds. And honestly, it's pretty good. It's quite decent in comparison to like Wuthering or Shorekeeper. I believe they restore your HP through their skills and also when your character start attacking. For the secure mass energy, she floats around. Mornye gains ground mode energy while on the ground, and hovering mode energy while in the air. So she flies around, she shoots around. This is something that they've shown in the teaser. It's pretty good. I kind of like it, and I believe you can float around where you can just last for 30 seconds, and you can actually just move around in a different mode. You just hover. The field lasts about 25 seconds, so basically it's also similar to the Resonance Liberation. So this means her healing is based on the Resonance Liberation and Fortress Acute. Enhanced mid-air heavy attack. Now you know that her most of her attack is scales of heavy attack and Resonance Liberation. She will be doing Resonance Liberation, but most importantly, skills of defense. So even if you don't have heavy attack or Resonance Liberation in your echo set, you can still just get defense percent and flat defense, and you will increase both of those damage. So main focus is defense, okay? Second, heavy attack. Third, Resonance Liberation, and so on so forth. Marker upon dealing Toon Break damage to a marker target, inflict an enhanced marker on the target. Now this is where it gets very important. If you want her sequences, sequence 1 is very good. You just remove this stupid marker enhancement. You just immediately get mark target. I don't even care if I bring you this leaked territory information here. Sequence 1 is just that good. If you want to play around with Mornye with the old units, that is probably your main reason in wanting to get Mornye in the first place. And if you have Lynae, good for you. You can play Mornye, have fun with her already, right? But you're gonna be locked with just Mornye, Lynae, and maybe other future units in Lahairoi. But for those of you that wants to play Mornye with older units, like Jian or Changli or Jinxi, you will need to get S1, and that is so sad for me to say that because I don't really recommend you to pull for Resonance Chain, but this character alone actually performs so much better with a Resonance Chain, and it's not because of some damage buff, but it's because of the QOL that she actually desires. I have something that has stopped me from getting S1 and might even stop me from getting her weapon. That is Aemeath or Aemeath. That character alone has stopped me from thinking, is Mornye even that good anymore? Is she even worth getting anymore? Look, I will still pull for Mornye 100% because I know for sure she will no matter what be good with other future units. Again, I've said this in my past videos before. If you have watched me already, she will be the next Shorekeeper. She will be the next Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper was Galbrena 2.0 and this will be another upgrade to it, right? Even the healing factor of Mornye might even be better. So let's move on to the next one. Mornye deals fusion damage considered as Toon Rupture, and guess what? She does not have Toon Rupture. She can only interfere Toon Rupture. But then there's this Toon Rupture response particle jet. Not too sure about this. Not really too sure because it's considered as Toon Rupture damage. So perhaps one of her damage is applying. But again, not really too sure. Is she just doing damage, which the Toon Rupture was given by Lynae or any other characters, and then she will interfere that damage, or she will actually inflict the Toon Rupture damage. Not properly explained, but that's okay. We'll just get into that when we get the characters, right? I actually like the intro skill though. Like the moment she just have her intro right here, like let's look at it again. Come on, replay. Boom, she just float around. She just in the hovering mode, and then we just get to play, just flying around. Yeah, that's kind of fun. That will be actually enjoyable to actually have her as a character, just to mess around with that mechanic. Now, after skill, Resonance in the team gain all damage amplification. This is what we are here for. She can heal, and she can also give damage amplification. I wish they would just let you know. Normal attack, ground state calibration, perform up to 4 consecutive attacks, dealing fusion damage. Well, we got that. Consume stamina as always. Same thing all the time. Basic attack is replaced with basic attack wide field observation mode. That's fine, that's alright. Consume stamina mid-air attack, cast basic attack. Okay, so I guess her attack in the mid-air is considered as basic attack, normal basic attack. That's boring. I was in the impression of her mid-air attack would be considered as heavy attack, but maybe this is just not properly translated, or maybe it's not specific enough. That's all good. I'm gonna skim through this whole thing. Resonance skill, heal all nearby characters. Okay, so even her resonance skill can also heal. So she does a lot of healing. Her healing from the skill, heal all nearby resonators in the team and enter parry state during the which, okay, she can actually do the parry state. Like I'm assuming like Zani or Tauchi, right? Switch into another resonator and this state immediately. If attack while in the parry state, exit the state and cast resonance skill optimal solution. If not attack while in the parry state, press normal attack to exit the state. Where's the healing part? Wait, what? Okay, so I guess the moment you click the skill, you just heal all resonators. Okay, that's fine. That's actually faster than I thought. Okay, just heal immediately through that skill, and then Resonance Liberation can heal all the enemies in the 25 seconds, right? Resonance Liberation also heals all your characters in just 25 seconds, and her Forte also heals as well. This is actually just really that good. Her healing capability is good. Stagnate nearby targets and deal fusion damage, reducing the cooldown of resonance skill. This is probably the Forte. Forte reduced the cooldown of resonance skill. That's kind of neat. While in the wide field observation, resonance skill is replaced with resonance skill. Again with the healing. So we have two types of resonance skill. Moving on to Resonance Liberation, Critical Protocol, attack the target within the effective range. This is kind of her ult where she does a bunch of movements, I would assume, where she's just in the mid-air. And as you can see right here, for every 1% of Mornye's energy regen exceeding 100%, this skill gains an additional 0.5% crit rate. And that is, wow, that is a lot, up to 80%. And you can get this if you have 260% energy regen. You need 260% energy regen, so you can get 80% crit rate. And if you ask like what happens to the 20%, that you just gotta build up your character your own. You just gotta get lucky on 2 of your echoes, 7.5 crit rate, okay? And then you're good. You can get 100% and achieve every single crit damage in your Resonance Liberation. This is gonna give you a good nuke towards the enemy. Forte secured, mass energy equivalence. And this is the heavy attack focus part. When rest energy reaches 100 points, 100 points is probably going to be related to some of her Forte bar, like the first Forte bar, second Forte bar. It's always like this with Wuthering Waves. You have quite a few Forte bars sometimes in a character. Like for example, Galbrena has like 2 Forte bars, and one of her Forte bars requires for you to have another character, something like that, right? And that's going to be one of the selling point for you to get a different kind of characters. A lot of these things happens, and we're just gonna read this until we find the exact point of like which part of this whole thing where you need another unit to fill up the other bar. That's how they get you, man. Okay, this is another mode from her. Synchrony field lasts for 24 seconds. When the synchrony field is generated, deal fusion damage considered as resonance liberation damage. Okay, this is another damage that she skills off where you should prioritize the resonance liberation. I think it is like most of the damage is considered as heavy attack and resistance liberation. I mean, you can just build through that, and then of course defense scaling unit as well. That's what she is. I already explained all that. When a resonator in a team deals toon break damage to a target inflicted with observation marker, Mornye inflicts. Already explained that as well. Target effects by toon rupture. Okay, here we go. Interfere marker. She can interfere the toon rupture or toon strain, which can be applied by Lynae. At this current time being, toon rupture and toon strain can only be applied by Lynae. I mean, come on, you can't just let Rover do it. I mean, isn't Rover the MC that can actually do almost every single thing because he is the F2P baseline? Like, you should just give the trials basically. I don't know. Target affected by toon rupture interfered or toon strain interfered take increased damage from all resonators in the team for every 1% of Mornye's energy exceeding 100%. The damage is increased by 0.20. You get up to 40%. You miss 40% damage if you don't have Lynae. It's ridiculous, man. For example, you're fighting one boss, just one boss. That means you could have gotten a guaranteed interfered marker. You could have gotten that, but because you don't have Lynae, you're not getting any of this. You lost 40% of your damage. I cannot root for this character when it performs this way. I mean, I guess she's gonna still be a good unit, and she probably will be good with Aemeath, will be good with Luke, for example, right? Because she's, at the end of the day, a support unit in Lahai Roy. So surely, all these other units in the future can actually perform the toon rupture and toon strain. We will see. Other than that, if you don't want to get Lynae, you might have to get her sequences. Alright, there's nothing much right here. Toon rupture response, particle jet. Mornye deals 1 instance of fusion damage. I don't think there's much to read from here on out. Solution resonance skill, ultimate solution hits target. Can hold up to 100 points. Yeah, not all that much I was interested in at all. Interesting convergence. She does have a lot. Resonance in the team. Okay, this is like her whole shtick, right? Interest skill, convergence. Attack the target, deal fusion damage, then jump into midair, clearing all random mass energy, and entering wide field observation mode. Resonators in the team gain 25% all damage amplification. Okay, giving all 25%. That's always nice to have. The thing is, she's a 5-star unit. It's just a bit too low for all damage amplification to just be given like 25%. That's it. Look, let me give you an example. Like you're playing Shangli with Changli, for example, and then sure, Changli doesn't give electro damage, but she does give resonance liberation, right? She gave damage amplification, and I believe it's about 25% as well. It's something like that. Like, is she really just giving 25%? Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it's all damage amplification, which includes like basic attack, heavy attack damage, and fusion damage, electro damage, all of that. Maybe it's like that. Maybe I misunderstood this. Maybe it's more than I think. Okay, toon break decoupling. Mornye can respond to toon rupture and interfere. Responding to toon rupture interfere when any resonators in the team deals toon break damage and inflict. Okay, they kind of state right here. They give you a little hint. When any resonators in the team deals toon break damage and inflicts toon rupture interfered, Mornye casts toon rupture response. Okay, they give you some sort of hint. It's not really an interfered, or it's not really an infliction. She just responds to it. When any other resonators inflict the toon rupture or strain, she can only respond with toon rupture. Responding to toon strain interfered, each stack of toon strain interfere of the target increase Mornye's total damage against them. So she doesn't apply any toon rupture or toon strain. Not even through her attacks or just last final attack or something like that. She just doesn't. That is incredibly sad. Inherent skill blueprint, Mornye's energy regen is increased by 10%. I believe this is also from the... So she got like 10% increase already. Okay, that's nice. She also casting into a skill convergence restore 20%, 20 point concentrated energy because she's a support unit, so she will restore more concentrated energy than most units. And casting basic attack also restore 30% points. Yeah, that's just how it goes. And then I suppose this is the final inherent skill, boundedness, casting resonance skill, expectation, error, or resonance skill distribution. Array grants proof of boundedness to all resonators in the team. Proof of boundedness lasts for 60 seconds and can be gained once every 5 minutes. when the active resonator takes damage greater than 30% of their mass HP. Okay, so it's kind of like Shorekeeper. When you get hit by the enemy, and then you just can click dodge and you will be standing like you did a perfect dodge or something, even though you got hit. So this is kind of like the same thing, except you just have like bigger defense, and when the enemy attack you, you just don't get hit all that much. I believe that's how it is. When proof of abandonment is removed, the active resonators restore HP equal to... Okay, so there's this as well. Like Shorekeeper, for example, when you die, when your character actually die, you can actually just get back up. And I believe it's just one time in like how many minutes. You have to wait for it for very long for it to refresh again. And Verena can also do the same thing, where if you get hit, you have 1 HP left, you will acquire after that some sort of shield when you reach 1% health left. So it's something similar to that, and we restore HP equal to 150% of Mornye's defense. And I believe that is actually pretty good. It's not like she doesn't do anything, okay? She does do quite a lot. She gives amplification damage. She does give you a decent amount of healing as well. I'm not gonna say she's a disappointing unit or a terrible unit. She's definitely gonna be good, and future characters will still perform better for her. It's just that older units might not be able to be played with her as much as you want it for her to be played as, and you're not going to be getting her full potential. And that's about it. That to me is a bit unsatisfying, and she could be better. She could be so much better if you have her S1, and that is a big QOL. And I will just say this to you, I don't blame you if you get her S1. I wouldn't blame you at all, because that will be a good investment, all that stuff. The only problem is that, hey, do you have enough pulls for Aemeath or not? Because Aemeath is going to be the next Cartethyia. And for those of you that didn't pull for Cartethyia and decide to pull for a rerun at the end of the day, it's just like, you should have gotten her when she was actually meta. She will still be meta at the end of the day, I'm sure, but you will just miss out on something big, and you could have gotten all the rewards, because Aemeath will probably beat everything in the game on the day of her launch, but you missed out on her, so you kind of miss a bunch of rewards if you don't. Yeah, I'm just saying, right? Come on. Aemeath is obviously gonna be strong. They're not even trying to hide it, given the Cartethyia introduction. And Mornye is a support that is also good, very similar to Shorekeeper buff. It's a very difficult situation, and I don't blame you for getting it confusing at all. Just do your best on pulling on the characters that you want, and these 2 units will actually be good for your team either way. So good luck on that. Have a good one. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. See ya.